Right guys, welcome back to Men of Steel with me, Sir Franny Jeffers. I once scored a goal for England, and happy October. It's the 15th of October, we're sitting pretty at second in the league. We were first. I was pretty excited to show you Sheffield FC sitting at the top of the league after a winning streak, but then Lincoln United came along and spoiled the party. We were looking good with half an hour to go. Lee Hendrie scored a penalty, and that was his first goal for the club. Young Billy the Kid Cresswell made it 2-1, and then it just went all sorts of tits up. So it was a write-off, that game. We lost 4-2. I'm going to show you these three games today: Newcastle Town, Northwich and Chase Town. So Newcastle Town are today, as you can see, 15th of October. Newcastle Town are 9th in the league. Let's have a look. Where were they predicted? They were actually predicted 20th, so they're doing a lot better than everyone else thought they would. So let's get into the lineup. So we've still got Alex Baldry in goal. Do you remember the shit keeper from last episode? He's getting slightly better. He's losing his vision, which happens when you get to 17. But he is getting slightly better. I am working on bringing in a replacement. I know it's been a few months, but there's just good keepers at this level are at a premium. So I'm just going to stick with what I've got until I get someone who can actually do a job. But yeah, the lineup has changed slightly. You might notice Lee Hendrie sat on the bench. I've really tried to integrate him into the team, but he's lacking match sharpness. He has been injured again since we last spoke. He was injured for about 5 weeks because I persisted with trying to get him into the team when he was so badly lacking fitness. And we've just got to remember, he is coming up to 40. We've got to use him sparingly, at least until he's, fully fit. So he's on the bench today. We've actually switched to a 4-2-2-2 with Denton and Ryan up front. Ollie Ryan is our top scorer so far. Decent little striker. He's got 4 goals in his 9 appearances overall. Second top scorer is Bill Cresswell. Bill Cresswell, the young centre-back. And it's really taken its toll on him. As you can see, he's getting... he's dropping off badly. In terms of transfers as well, I have gotten rid of a couple more just really bad players. I've brought in a couple. Luke Ainscough, which is how I'm assuming you pronounce it. A decent central midfielder. I actually brought him in to replace Brandon Potts, whose stats aren't so great. You might remember he scored in the last match. His stats aren't very good at all, especially technically. So I brought Luke Ainscough in, but Brandon Potts has had a really good start to the season. He's got 1 goal, 3 assists in 10 appearances, average rating just about 7. He's pretty much been the best player in the team. So I've not been able to drop him as of yet. And the other player I brought in, very excitingly, is Jack Broadhead, who is just a solid as fuck centre-back. He's excellent. He's already scored a goal and got 2 assists in his 6 appearances, averaging 7.10. These stats aren't so great, but yeah, his attributes are good. I'm sure once he gets properly bedded into the team, he'll be even more solid for us. But yeah, 2 good signings since we last spoke. Only one of them's playing. Jack Broadhead will start with Bill Cresswell. But yeah, let's get into the match and see what happens. I should mention as well, the reason I've switched to this 4-2-2-2 is that I was finding a lot of teams in this division are playing with a holding man. They're playing 4-1-2-3, and that seemed to nullify our attacking midfielder, especially when it was Lee Hendrie, because he can't really move, so they just need to stand next to him and kick the ball away whenever it comes to him. So we've got rid of the centre attacking mid. We've shoved him up front as well to try and give the defence a hard time. McGann George, I'm going to actually have a look at. I've got my scouts looking at him at the minute because I would like the option to have a defensive midfielder. None of my players can play there. I am retraining centre backs, but that could take some time because they're all shit. And I am expecting to see much better. That last half hour against, I've already forgotten who it was, Lincoln. That last half hour against Lincoln, bloody awful. Go and impress me. Right, here we go then. Chance from a throw-in. Smalley. Oh, great ball to the back post. It's a penalty. We have got a penalty. Sorry, you might be able to hear me drumming on the desk in celebration. Here we go. Who's taking it? Number 10. Ollie Ryan. Of course it is. This will be a brilliant start to the video whenever you're ready. There we go. Ollie Ryan makes it 1-0. And for the minute, Sheffield FC back on top of the league. Great stuff. Let's have a look at him. Just straight down the middle, confident as you like. This Kasper Schmeichel lookalike had no chance. Right, going to half time at 1-0 then. I mean, not a lot happened to be honest. It was just the penalty, and now it's half time. I'm wondering if this is going to be a theme whenever I'm recording these matches. There's just going to be nothing happening. I'm tempted to say guard against complacency. Yeah, we don't want to throw this lead away. How do the match stats look? We've had the most of the chances. We've had the only clear-cut chance. They've had way more possession. So I'm going to get on that, make us more structured, counter-attacking. Let's play a bit quicker as well. Why not? Here we go. Corner for us. Ben Turner whips it into the near post. So as far as Ollie Ryan, that doesn't look good. It's out again. Get it to Turner. Ben Turner whips it in. Cheatham. Wide. Agonisingly wide. Okay, I mean, I want to make a sub really, but no one's really disgracing themselves and no one's excelling. I'll tell you what, I'm going to bring Lee Hendry on, just to give him a bit of match fitness. Leave the goal scorer Ollie Ryan on. Lee Hendry, get out there. Let's give him a team talk as well. Passionate. I do have faith in you, Lee Hendry. You're the only player I have faith in this team. It looks like it might be another fizzler. I'm just going to take the opportunity to go defensive. Oh, you're kidding me. Straight after I've done that is a corner. Cheatham gets it away, but we've been here before. Waterston gets it in. Baldrick! Sorry, I've started calling him Baldrick in my head. I'm just going to call him Baldrick.
Well, when I used to play in the gutter, I used to say to the other snipes, "Hello, my name's Baldrick," and they'd say, "Yes, we know, sod off, Baldrick."
Baldrick gets on it. Excellent job. Get it away. Oh, here comes Hendry. Now I'm excited again. Ryan. To Cheatham. Don't know why I'm saying his name like that. That's god awful. Lee Hendry putting his body on the line. That's what we got him for. Well. There we go. 1-0. We'll take that. Back at the top of the league. Because it looks like Gressley lost, I think. The Premier League is looking pretty interesting. Crystal Palace up in second. Man City down in 19th. This could be a very interesting season. Sunderland are in the top half. United, Liverpool struggling. Chelsea not even in the Champions League places. Looks like it might be a very interesting season in the Premier League. Seeing as we're into October now, we've passed the transfer deadline. Let's just see what's going on in the world of football. Biggest transfer of the summer was actually Matija Nastasic, the former Man City centre-back. I don't know anything about any of these players. Look at that. He's gone to Bayern Munich. Surely we must know a bit more than this. Oh, fuck it. But yeah, he's gone for £38.5 million eventually. Jason Murillo, you might know from a Dr. Benji save, Parma drama. Sebastian Besson got snapped up by Crystal Palace. Is he the driving force behind their title push? He might well be, you know. His average rating's very good. Pass completion, tackles. Shit, is Besson going to win Crystal Palace the Premier League? I'll be checking back on that. In August there were a few standard signings. Masakio to City, Johnny to Man U, Danilo to Man U. All looking pretty standard. This interests me. Bobby Zamora has found a new club. Wigan Athletic. And he's doing alright actually. Wigan in the Championship. He's showing he can still smash the goals in at that level. Good for him. And in September, Wilson Palacios got his dream move to Portland Timbers, Hipster Central. Go on, Wilson. How's your mum? Okay, this isn't what we want. Trafford have come in for Bill Cresswell. I think because they're a big northwest team, well, relatively, they can just come in and snap up our players. No, I'll be keeping him here, thank you very... Oh shit, no, I might not be. I might lose Billy the Kid this early on. Come on, I'll give you 30 quid if you score, which you've already done 3 times. Bill! Stop being a twat. Okay, I'm going to have to give him a non-negotiable. Take it or leave it. He's taking it. Thank fuck. Bill Cresswell might well stay with us yet. Right, here we go then. Northwich Victoria. Shockingly, they're predicted to be set up in the 4-1-2-3. And the way around a 4-1-2-3 is to play a 4-2-2 fucking 2. Go on, lads. Same lineup, no messing about. Get into them. Right, first highlight. Mason Springthorpe in their goal. If that is Mason Springthorpe. Former Everton youngster. You have this kind of knowledge when you're Francis Jeffers. Looks like it's going to be our highlight. Cresswell. Keeping it together, even in the midst of this transfer battle. Potts can thread it through. Ryan can thread it through. Denton! Oh, you dickhead. Mason Springthorpe. They make him good at Everton, so can't argue with that. Right, it's a corner for us. Denton, the striker's going to take it. Swings it in. It's headed away like I think every other corner has been lately. I'll have to look at that. Denton swings it in, and Cheetham scored. Cheetham makes it 1-0. I think that's his... Oh, it's his second goal of the season. But we will take that. Strengthens our position at the top of the table. Can anyone overtake us today if we win? Loughborough and Rugby are on 3 points. Rugby are currently drawing, so they can't catch us, and so are Loughborough. Yep, so if we win this, we will stay at the top of the table. Oh, very exciting. Half time then, again. Don't get complacent. What else can you say when it's 1-0? Ollie Ryan's looking a bit stressed. Score some goals then, mate, and I'll be able to say I'm very happy. Until then, keep it up and keep going, I guess. Right, here we go. Free kick for us. Potts kills it in. It's cleared, and this looks very much like a counter-attack. Not a big fan of these when they're coming from the guys in green shirts. Stott is bringing it down the right wing, bamboozling us, and he tries a shot, because why wouldn't you? Fucking Baldrick in goal. Weirder things have happened. It's a penalty! It's another penalty. 2 in 2 games. In fact, 3 in 3 games. Hendry scored the one against Lincoln when I wasn't recording. Is it going to be Ollie Ryan to take it again? Yep. Ollie Ryan steps up. He loves taking his time, does Ollie Ryan? Here he comes, he steps up. And he's put it in. Good lad. Can trust him from the spot. It was always going to happen. Always scored against his old team. Oh. There's a bit more in this match for Ollie Ryan than I previously thought. Good penalty. Maybe that's why he seems stressed at half time. Mate, I'm sorry, I snapped and I assumed you were stressed because of my words. It's just the atmosphere of the travelling fans that's got to you. Okay, here we come again. Smalley, Thomas. Plays back to Towie. What can we do? Potts, Thomas. Plays it all the way back to Cresswell. Hoofs it onto the right wing for Cheetham. Crosses it in for Denton. Oh, off the bar, Denton. Unlucky, mate. I'll tell you what we are going to do. We're going to stop it there. We're going to take Denton off. it's becoming a bit of a pattern. He never plays well enough for me to keep him on as the lone striker. Lee Hendry's going to come on as a deep line playmaker. Yeah, we can go 4-1-2-3 as well. How do you like that? And we're going to go... We're just going to try and control it, I think. We're going to retain possession, short passes, and just try and kill the game off now, I think. Here we go. Lee Hendry kills it in from the free kick. Towie, Cresswell. Oh, can keep it in and puts in the cross for Potts. Oh, he's found Thomas at the far post. Oh, don't dilly-dally, mate. Dilly-dally. Never said fucking dilly-dally in my life, but don't dilly-dally there. God. Towie's made it 3. Easy. Where are they? 7th. They're 8th. It's a walk in the park for the Sheffield FC boys. Oh, beautiful left foot volley from Towie. Wearing the armband. Good job. In fact, we're going to take him off. I think that deserves an ovation. And he's on 59%, so let's get him off. Luke Ainscough, you're going to see him for the first time now. Lee Hendry looks uninterested. Sorry, Lee, have you got more important things to do? You knobhead. We took you out of the wilderness here. We've given you the vice captaincy. I'm not sure if I mentioned that. I don't think I did. We've given him the vice captaincy. He looks bloody uninterested. I'll tell you what, let's undo this. Let's undo this. Lee Hendry, you can fuck off. I don't know if this is going to work. Might not do. Here we go. Can we put the icing on the cake? No, it's just going to end the match, isn't it? Ben Turner kills it in. Di Girolamo gets it away, and it's 3-0. That's the end of the game. Pretty happy with that. Pretty disappointed in King Hendry, but you know, these prima donnas. He's come in the Lamborghini from his mansion. He's had to play the last half hour for Sheffield FC in the God knows what league, and yeah, he just can't keep his concentration. Disappointing. I tell you what, that was such a good win. The love on social media is just overpowering. Towie was quite good, I thought. Well, that's not quite love. I love Michael Towie. There we go. Thought we were dominant in that game. Towie focus is getting old. Hashtag overrated. Not a big fan of you, Julian Flood. Never have been. Great result, obviously, but we still managed to spurn quite. Okay, when I first looked at this, I thought it was an outpouring of love for the Sheffield FC team. I thought, oh, I can even talk about the fact that ESPN have picked up on the fact that Sheffield FC beat Northwich Victoria. I thought that was brilliant. Here we go. Great win. Defence was rock solid and a few goals to enjoy as well. Get in there. I like your style, Lady Young. That was as complete a performance as I've seen from us. Defence was great and so were the forwards. Get in there. Yeah. Some love on social media. Not quite as unanimous as I first thought. Here we go. This is more like it. Billy the Kid Cresswell has signed a new contract with Sheffield. Scored his first senior goal for Sheffield. He's delighted to be working under Sir Franny Jeffers at Sheffield due to his admiration for him. You'll go far in this business, Bill. You'll go far. In fact, I am just going to make this official. Billy the Kid Cresswell. Good lad. Here we go then, last game of today's video, Chasetown against Sheffield. Chasetown expected to line up 4-1-2-3, what a surprise. Right back looks like a weak spot for them, so what I've done, as we're away as well, I've gone counter, structured, and I've told the players to clear ball to flanks and exploit the left flank so we can force a mistake from their shitty right back. Let's see how it goes. Oh, it's 1-0 to them. I thought we were going to get to half-time without a single incident, and they've got a goal right on the stroke of the 45th minute. Ellison at the far post popping up. Baldrick was nowhere. What can you do? Half-time 1-0. We've not been good enough. I completely agree with that. Let's have a look at our stats. Right, here's the thing. I think I've shot myself in the foot. I think by telling them to clear the ball to the flanks, we're just misplacing so many passes. Look, there's 18 completed out of 30, 8 out of 21, 10 out of 32, etc, etc. All over the team we're just misplacing passes. So, I'm not... I am going to tell them to play more direct, with that being said, but they're not going to be clearing it to the flanks. And I think to try and get the strikers into the game a bit more, I'm going to have Ryan up front, bring on Lee Hendrie as is tradition, and have him thread in some through balls, hopefully to Ollie Ryan. Let's see how this goes. Okay, so we're on the ball and there's a highlight starting, that's promising. We have given it away. Oh, and they've played it right over the top of us. Late Gaskins through. Late Gaskins scored. Ah, from a long ball over the top. Let's play a slightly deeper defensive line. Try and stop that happening again, but we need to do something. Average rating 6.35. That is shocking. Absolutely shocking. What can we do? There's just shockers all over the pitch. Okay, there's another highlight starting. Late Gaskins got it on the left hand side for them. He's popping inside. He's had a go. Baldrick's held onto it. Should try and keep that menu out of the way, actually. Do you know what? We're just going to go for it. We're going to go for it. We're going to get rid of the instructions. I'm going to say go attacking, higher tempo, and fluid. Just get at him. And in fact, I think it's going to be a first appearance of the episode for Dominic Dell and for Ollie Ryan. Another highlight as well. Baldrick playing it to no one in particular. Late Gaskins coming again. Tell you what, if we ever get any money, we might have to try and sign Late Gaskin. He looks quite handy. Oh, Michael Towie. Michael Towie's going to get sent off. Towie's second yellow. He's off. Okay. I'm going to play a formation I've played once before when I wasn't recording, and it worked quite well with 10 men. I'm going to bring Ainscough on to do the ball winning role. I'm going to play Lee Hendrie as a shadow striker. Yeah, I'm going to keep it as that. Lee Hendrie, not your typical shadow striker, but I do want him getting into those forward positions with urgency, you might say. With quite a lot of urgency. We've got 10 minutes to go. We're 2-0 down at Chasetown. This does affect our league position. We drop down to 3rd with Loughborough and Rugby both going above us. On the same points though, we've not got a great goal difference. We have been scraping games more often than not. But that's going to be it. 2-0. I think that's fair enough. What is that? 2 wins and a loss from these 3 games. So you can't win them all. That's the 3rd loss of the season in 13 games. So yeah, that's alright. Nothing to worry about. But yeah, that's where I'm going to leave this video. So make sure to like and subscribe if you liked the video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.